what really happened at the Crocus City Hall in Moscow. The date was etched in our minds, a grim reminder of the vulnerabilities we face even in our most cherished spaces. A concert hall, a place of joy and celebration, was transformed into a scene of horror and despair. The aftermath was chilling. Over 130 lives lost, marking the event as one of the deadliest attacks in Russia in recent years. The suspects, 4 men, found themselves standing before a Moscow court, a spectacle for a nation in mourning. Originating from Tajikistan, these men were accused of staging this horrific attack. The charges against them were severe, terrorism with a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. But there was a twist in this tale. The suspects showed signs of severe beatings when they appeared in court. 2 of them admitted guilt, yet the validity of their statements hangs in the balance, as reports of torture during interrogation flooded Russian media. One suspect allegedly had his ear cut off, an image that in itself is hard to digest. The claim of responsibility came from an affiliate of the Islamic State, sending shockwaves through the international community. This attack wasn't just a strike against Russia, but a statement from a group known for its ruthless acts of violence. In response, Russian President Putin announced the arrest of the suspects and additional detentions, a swift action that echoed the gravity of the situation. Yet, this attack, this loss of life, led to a national day of mourning. Events were canceled, entertainment suspended, as Russia grappled with the enormity of the tragedy. The assault was the deadliest in Russia in recent years, leading to a national day of mourning and raising serious questions about the country's security measures. Despite a crackdown on dissent, this incident serves as a stark reminder of the relentless threat of terrorism. It forces us to question how such a devastating attack could occur and what it means for the security landscape of the country moving forward. Who are the men accused of this horrific act? 4 individuals, all hailing from Tajikistan, are at the center of this heart-wrenching tale. They stand accused of staging the deadliest terrorist attack on Russian soil in recent years, a brutal assault that led to the untimely deaths of over 130 innocent people at a concert hall in Moscow. These men, now branded as suspects, have made their first appearance in a Moscow courtroom. But their debut before the bar of justice was not without controversy. Signs of severe beatings were evident on their persons, evoking a wave of concern about the circumstances of their detention and the validity of their admissions of guilt. 2 of the 4 men confessed to their roles in the attack, but the question that lingers is whether these admissions were freely given or extracted under duress. The allegations of torture during their interrogation have sent shockwaves through the international community. Reports of one suspect having his ear cut off have emerged, painting a grim picture of the conditions under which these men were held. This, coupled with their visibly battered state in court, has raised serious questions about the integrity of the investigation. If convicted, the suspects face the gravest of consequences. The charges of terrorism they stand accused of carry a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. The gravity of their alleged crimes is matched only by the severity of the punishment that awaits them if found guilty. But it's not just the fate of these men that is at stake. These allegations of torture, if proven true, could have far-reaching implications. They could undermine the credibility of the Russian authorities and their commitment to upholding the rule of law. The condition of the suspects has sparked debate about the integrity of the investigation and the fairness of their treatment. As the world watches, the course of justice must not only be done, but it must also be seen to be done. How has the world reacted to this shocking incident? As the smoke cleared, and the true scale of this horrendous act became apparent, a wave of international shock reverberated around the globe. The world's superpowers, the United States and the United Kingdom, were quick to respond, expressing their deep dismay and extending condolences to the grieving families and the Russian nation as a whole. In the midst of this global outpouring of sympathy, the United States confirmed the claim made by an Islamic State affiliate who had taken responsibility for the attack. This confirmation didn't come as a surprise. In fact, prior to the incident, the US had warned Russia about a potential attack in Moscow. This proactive step taken by the US was a clear demonstration of their commitment to global security, even amid tense relations with Russia. On the other side of the Atlantic, the United Kingdom found itself embroiled in the crisis. The UK vehemently denied any involvement in the attack, matching the stance of their American allies. They were firm in their attribution of the attack solely to the IS affiliate, dismissing any suggestions of Western involvement. However, this collective stance of the US and UK was met with skepticism by Russian officials. Without providing any substantial evidence, They suggested that Ukraine, the US, and Britain may have had a hand in the attack. This assertion, although unproven, has cast a shadow over the international response, fueling the flames of conspiracy theories and creating an atmosphere of mistrust. This tragic incident and the subsequent international response have shown us that in our interconnected world, an act of terror in one country can quickly become a global crisis. It has also served as a stark reminder of the importance of reliable intelligence sharing and cooperation in the face of common threats. While the US and UK deny involvement, Russia's allegations without evidence have strained international relations. What are the conspiracy theories surrounding the attack? Now, that's a question that has been reverberating across the globe. In the aftermath of the tragic incident, Russia's security chief made a startling claim. Ukraine, the US, and Britain may have been involved in the attack. Yes, you heard that right. A bold assertion indeed, but one that was presented without any concrete evidence. This narrative, propagated by Russian officials, has added another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. The suggestion of Western involvement in the attack has fueled speculations, leading to an array of conspiracy theories swirling around the incident. However, it's crucial to note that these theories are just that, theories. Without substantial proof, they remain in the realm of speculation, a talking point for armchair detectives and geopolitical pundits. The countries implicated in these allegations, Ukraine, the US, and Britain, have categorically denied any involvement. They have dismissed these accusations as baseless, pointing to the lack of evidence provided by the Russian security agency. Furthermore, both the US and UK had warned Russia about a potential ISIS attack prior to the incident, lending weight to their denial. Adding to this, the US and the UK have condemned the attack, attributing it solely to ISIS-K. They've asserted that the group targeted Russia due to perceived oppression of Muslims. The denial of these allegations by the accused countries and their condemnation of the attack underscore the gravity of the situation and the need for a thorough investigation. These conspiracy theories, while intriguing, have done more than just fuel online debates. They've stirred controversy and deepened the geopolitical divide. The theories have been taken up by media outlets, politicians, and citizens alike, adding to the tension and suspicion between Russia and the West. Theories of Western involvement have stirred controversy and deepened the geopolitical divide. As we navigate this intricate web of claims and counterclaims, it's essential to remember the human cost of this tragic event and the quest for justice for those affected. So what has been the aftermath of this tragic event? In the wake of the devastating attack on the concert hall, Russian authorities have been working diligently to bring those responsible to justice. The initial 4 suspects have been joined by an additional 7 detainees, all currently under investigation for their potential roles in the incident. The severity of the charges they face, terrorism, with a maximum sentence of life imprisonment, underscores the gravity of the situation. The impact on the Russian public has been profound. A palpable sense of grief and shock permeated the nation, leading to a national day of mourning. As a mark of respect for the victims, events across the country were canceled and entertainment suspended. The death toll, initially reported as over 130, continued to rise as rescuers carried out their grim task of searching for bodies amid the rubble of the concert hall. DNA testing was initiated to aid in the identification of the victims, a process that brought home the horrifying reality of the tragedy for many families, a stark reminder of the human cost of such acts of terror. Meanwhile, the international community watched, offering condolences and condemnation of the attack. Yet, amid the shared sorrow, there were also accusations and counter-accusations, further complicating an already tense global political landscape. Russian media reported allegations of torture during the suspects' interrogations, with one suspect allegedly having his ear cut off. These reports raised serious concerns about the integrity of the criminal investigation and the treatment of detainees. The attack also brought Russia's security measures into sharp focus. Despite the government's crackdown on dissent, questions have been raised about how such a devastating attack could occur and what steps are being taken to prevent a recurrence. As we wrap up, it's clear that the Moscow attack at the Crocus City Hall has had far-reaching implications, raising questions about Russia's security measures, the integrity of its criminal investigations, and its relations with the West.